ODM leader Raila Odinga receives the defectors from various political parties, and only a quarter of the potential new voters registered in the just concluded voters registration process led by the IEBC. And I'll be telling you about the new project by Sauti Sol. All right, welcome to the broadcast. Again, my sign language interpreter tonight is Teresia Washira. You can talk to us via SMS line that is on 111 444 111. We start off in Kisumu County, where Deputy President William Ruto's tour in Kisumu County was cut short after chaos erupted in Kondele area. According to reports, groups of rowdy youths attempted to block the DP from addressing residents in that region before stones were hurled towards the DP's motorcade. The city was marred by a push and pull as the police tried to control the rowdy youths. Meanwhile, leaders allied to ODM leader Raila Odinga have accused the DP for stage managing the fracas. Daniel Kariuki reports.
Deputy President William Ruto's second day transversing Odinga's bedrock kicked off peacefully as he was warmly received by Kisumu County residents while making roadside rallies.
Nikisema Harambe, tunasema UDA. Harambe! Certificate, diploma.
Residents turned out in large numbers as the DP campaigned for the UDA outfit, further popularizing his bottom-up economic model. Ruto also threw direct jabs at ODM leader Raila Odinga for advocating for the Building Bridges initiative.
Naomba msamaha kidogo nimechelewa. Najua mumekuwa mkiniona nikitembea Kenya. Na mumekuwa mkijiuliza na huyu hasla atakuja lini Kisumu. Kwa hawa vijana ambao hawana kazi, tuwapangie kazi kwanza. Hawa vijana tuwapangie ajira kwanza, alafu tusaidie mama mboga pia ainue biashara yake.
Later, DP Ruto's convoy snaked to Kondele, where tension had been building early Wednesday, and against an advisory from the National Police Service of visiting the area, they were confronted by rowdy youths who belted stones at their motorcades.
Mambo ya kutupa mawe, tuache kutupa mawe.
The DP then flew to Migori County, accompanied by host Governor Okoth Obado, where the DP made roadside rallies, rubbishing the chaos, while accusing the ODM leader Raila Odinga of being behind the chaos.
Mimi nataka niwaulize wale wamenunua vijana kupigana mawe. Shame on them. Shame on them.
According to National Police Service spokesman Bruno Shioso, police were aware of possible chaos which would result from the alleged distribution of campaign logistical funds among local groups. Ruto is in Nyanza to rally his bottom-up economic model and drum up support for his 2022 presidential bid. Daniel Kariuki for Switch TV News.
All right, thank you, Daniel. I believe Kenya has made very good strides against such, and I believe this should not be happening in the year 2021 as we head to 2022 general elections. Now, ODM party leader Raila Odinga has welcomed defectors from the Mount Kenya East region, including Amani National Congress chairperson of the region, Jacob Kirinya. Raila, who toured the mountain region a few days ago, is yet to declare his presidential bid for the 2022 general elections.
As the scramble for the mountain vote intensifies, 3 legislators have defected to Orange Democratic Movement, including Jacob Kirinya, who was the ANC chairman for the Mount Kenya East.
Leo nimekuja kutoka kwa ile shama yangu ANC tumejenga ile sehemu ya Mount Kenya kuungana na ODM.
The legislators have drummed up support for Raila Odinga, the ODM party leader, who toured the mountain a few days ago. The former premier has also reiterated that he is capable of climbing the mountain.
Tukiungana kwa kichi ambaye naweza kushinda sisi kama Wakenya. Lakini kwa sababu kuna ubaguzi hapa na pale, ndio sababu Kenya haiwezi kuamuka.
Odinga has continued to propagate for his Azimio la Umoja as well as his social welfare program, which aims to give at least 6,000 shillings to 2 million households monthly. Raila is set to officially declare his presidential bid on the 9th of December this year.
Harakati ya ukombozi wa tatu na wa mwisho wa Kenya imeanza.
Flora Limuki, Switch TV.
Thank you, Flora Limuki. Now, after months of waiting, acting Nairobi County Governor Anne Kananu has not been sworn in today as earlier announced, even after Supreme Court ordered her to be sworn in immediately and giving her the mandate to appoint a deputy. Earlier today, our reporter Mariam Jahid interacted with Nairobi residents on their view of Anne Kananu's position as the next Nairobi governor ahead of her much-awaited or anticipated swearing in.
Today, I'm in the street of Mogoya to interact with Nairobi residents concerning the swearing in of Anne Kananu, who is the third Nairobi governor since devolution started. Nairobi County is the capital city of Kenya with population of over 4 million. That is which it is very important for the governor to be in the top seat of Nairobi politics. However, this comes after the Nairobi will be the 5th county having been led by Nairobi governor who is a woman, that is Anne Kananu Mwenda. It is this, by following this, is about Supreme Court that squashed Mike Sonko's appeal, citing that Anne Kananu was not the right person to be in that power, citing that MCA were not enough to pass that he was supposed to be abandoned from that seat. And also he said that Mike Sonko said that the residents of Nairobi were not fully participated concerning his removal from office. However, on Monday this week, the Supreme Court with the 3 bench judges said that Anne Kananu will be the governor of Nairobi County. And today, until today, we have not yet seen if Anne Kananu have been sworn in, because there were allegations that she is supposed to be sworn in yesterday and today. But until now, we have not yet found and we have not seen Anne Kananu being sworn in as the Nairobi County governor. Let us have a look and let us talk to the Nairobi residents concerning the expectations, what they have with the Anne Kananu being their governor.
I'm Gitonga Rubane. I'm from Nairobi County, Kamkuji constituency. I'm sure Anne Kananu will do the best, because if she is given time, she will work hard. And we normally expect a lot from a woman like her. She has served in the government for a long time and she has experience. I'm sure she will drive us some goods to us.
So my name is Jamal Abdulatif. I'm a resident in South Sea. And actually, if you ask me, we do not actually need a governor in Nairobi anymore. NMS is running things properly, and I believe under the hands of Director General Mohamed Abdallah Badi, everything is under control. Tuachie kazi NMS.
Fali mbili haziwezi kaa kwa zizi moja. Kwa kimombo anasema kutakuwa na conflict of interest. Ukiweka uweze weka watu wawili wenye wote wanajua wako na majukumu zinafanana, uweze weka watu wawili wenye wanaona wako na nguvu zinafanana, ama mwingine anaona wako na nguvu kushinda mwingine. Constitution iko hapo. Wafuate tu hiyo constitution. Hatukuwa na badi kwa constitution.
So kitu moja ningependa ni issue ya City Council iangaliwe. The City Council wamekuwa sana they have become a law unto themselves. They are not questioned. Kama mimi ningesuggest the police, kama polisi wenyewe wako na oversight body ambayo inaitwa IPOA. Kanjo pia wanafaa wakuwe na oversight body ambayo inawaangalia, kwa sababu wanafanya injustices, they get away with it, which is wrong, because we are humans na hatuwezi kaa kama wanyama. Ni lazima tu treat wale watu wanatuchagua kama watu, na hiyo ni kitu governor anaweza badilisha akipenda kwa roho yake kama mama.
Anne Kananu is expected to serve Nairobi residents for 7 months coming general elections, and she has also declared to bid in this governorship seat. So far, 3 candidates have declared to vie for this gubernatorial seat. That is Margaret Wanjiru, who is the bishop, and Westlands MP Tim Wanyonyi, and Anne Kananu. So the Nairobi residents, they have what it takes to choose who is the right candidate for that seat. That's it now. I'm Mariam Jahid for Switch TV.
Thank you, Mariam. Now, only a quarter of the potential new voters registered and they just concluded enhanced continuous voters registration process. The process, led by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC), saw the counties hardest hit by drought, including Isiolo, Samburu, and Tana River, indicated the lowest new voters, while the counties of Nairobi, Nakuru, and Kiambu led in the highest registration tally. Our reporter Brian Mwenda breaks down these numbers.
6 million was the number target set by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) as the potential new voters. However, 1.5 million was the number achieved. This is just a quarter of the projections. Actually, 1.5 million was the weekly target. In the process that started on 4th of October and ended on 5th of this month, has seen the counties of Nairobi register 152,920 new voters, Nakuru County becoming second with 62,000 voters, Kiambu County coming third with 59,813 new voters, while the county of Kakamega registered 57,860 new voters, and the county of Kisii added 56,932 to the voter register. However, what came out conspicuously was the low numbers registered in the counties that were adversely affected by the drought. Key among them was Lamu County with 5,773 new voters, Isiolo County with 6,222, Samburu County with 9,356, and Tana River County indicating 11,618 new voters. Additionally, a total of 421,057 registered voters applied to transfer from the previous registration centers to new ones. The electoral body has, however, added that even if the process has ended, the continuous voter registration has resumed in IEBC constituents offices and will continue until when a Gazette notice will be published to allow the biometric verification of the voter registration. The electoral body has also announced the beginning of registration for Kenyan citizens in the diaspora in December 2021. Reporting for Switch TV, my name is Brian Mwenda.
In that story by Brian Mwenda, now we are taking a short commercial break. We'll be back with more in a short while. Don't go anywhere. Talk to us via SMS line that is on 111 444 111. Talk to me. I'll be reading some of your SMSs before we come to close of this bulletin. And welcome back. You're watching Switch TV. Now, retired Colonel Alfred Mutuweta Mushimba and Dr. Monica Wanjiru Mwiru have been approved by Parliament as commissioners to the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. They replace vacancies left by Commissioners Dabar Abdi, Malim and Rose Mkoi Macharia. The two tendered their resignation letters to the President on September 1st, 2021. Following the approval by Parliament, the ball is now on President's court to ascend before they assume office.
Attorney General come from one part of the country. This is not the Kenya that Honorable Raila Odinga, I'm sure in the Azimio like Kenya, is contemplating. And that's why we say, let us walk the talk. Let us say it the way it is. Let us not sugarcoat, and Honorable TJ has said it. Mr. Speaker, I think the manner in which EACC, no, before I say that, if we approve these two nominees, it will be contrary to Article 10 of the Constitution on national values. And this commission, if this House approve and fully constituted, then it has not complied with Article 10 of the Constitution.
Immediately, the predecessor has come from the coast, Honorable Speaker, and the other one has also come from the mountain, Honorable Speaker. Therefore, in my view, it's important we support this report.
You will not be fearful about raising them. So I want to tell Ethics and Anti-Corruption Agency, we have thieves in this country. Go for them. Stop looking for ants where there is no issue. Mr. Speaker, I am urging the EACC that if they do not stop politicizing the fight of corruption in my constituency, then I am going to meet them in court. Nobody has sued them, but I, Millie Odhiambo Mabona, I will sue them.
I love Millie. I love Millie. Now, supply, access and distribution of family planning and immunization commodities remains a challenge in the ASA and vast areas in the country. And as Harriet Chimea reports, more strategies have been put in place to ensure the communities, more so the pastoralists, have access to life-saving commodities.
Remote areas have been hit hardest when it comes to access of medicines and immunization commodities.
The facility linkage at the county and the national government to link the commodities, it takes time for like a county like Turkana County to receive commodities in time. Sometimes we run out of AL, which is a major drug that is like going very fast because of the malaria occurrence in the county.
To address this gap, mobile technology applications have been introduced in 9 counties, including Marsabit, Turkana, Samburu, Trans Nzoia, Siaya, among others, to track shortage supplies and data of those who are behind on their prescriptions.
We are providing them with the technology, we are calling it CSTOC, as part of the intervention that we are having. So at the community level, the community health volunteers are able to report using CSTOC to report on what they have received, what they have dispensed. When they lack commodities, they are able to make an emergency order so that it triggers a message to the higher levels.
3,500 community health volunteers have been trained so far, although with the numerous challenges they face.
Currently, the CHVs we have in Samburu, there is no stipend. So you can imagine someone going out of their way to reach different households. Maybe one CHV has 50 households, and these households they are nomadic. Today they're here, tomorrow they have shifted.
The Ministry of Health has urged that a budget should be allocated to cushion them as they move door to door to offer healthcare support. As the country improves access to life-saving commodities, the government is being urged to pay community health volunteers as they are part and parcel of the communities. Reporting for Switch TV, my name is Harriet Chimea.
Thank you, Harriet. Now, a section of Muslim organizations, right activists and lawyers have today protested on the rising cases of enforced disappearances and extrajudicial killing allegedly committed by security agents. The Law Society of Kenya, LSK, wants the National Assembly to ask Interior CS Fred Matiang'i to provide a report on the recent abduction of Professor Hassan Nandwa. Cheptoboit with his story.
Lawyers power!
It's
Protests all way here at the Supreme Court as a section of Muslim organizations, rights activists and lawyers today turned the heat on the Police Inspector General Hilary Mutyambai for spiking cases of enforced disappearances and extrajudicial killings allegedly committed by security agents. The group staged a street protest in Nairobi, starting at the Supreme Court establishment before walking to Parliament, then to the Attorney General's offices and then to IG Mutyambai's offices to present their petition. The Law Society of Kenya wants the National Assembly to ask Interior Cabinet Secretary Dr. Fred Matiang'i to provide a report on the recent abduction of lawyer Hassan Nandwa.
We are standing here and walking in the streets of Nairobi in solidarity of one Professor Hassan Nandwa, but with many other Kenyans who are up to today are not known where they are.
There is the security arm of this country, headed by Dr. Matiang'i. He has not uttered a word about the disappearances of the people of Kenya. He has not uttered a word about the killings that is going on in this country. Why is he therefore silent?
The society had initially called for the total overhaul of the top leadership in the Ministry of Interior over the increased cases escalating in their tenure. LSK fears a spring from past incidences in practicing lawyers who have been picked by gunmen only for their lifeless bodies to be discovered.
We are still waiting to be given a full report in terms of investigation into the mysterious disappearance of Advocate Jao Kayai, almost 10 months down the line.
According to Haki Africa, 43 people have been forcefully abducted in 2021, 25 people more compared to 2020. As we approach the political season, cases of murder and disappearances continue to be on the rise. Do you think impeaching of leaders could solve the problem? Reporting from the Supreme Court, my name is Chepto Boit.
Thank you, Chepto. Now, the Sauti Sol Musical Band has today launched a mobile application dubbed Hustle. The application is a platform on which artists and consumers can directly link up, and Kenyans can now buy music and merchandise on the platform. Our very own David Kagina interacts with the Sauti Sol, who have dismissed rumors that they might be breaking up after they recently started pursuing their individual projects dubbed Alone Together.
Well, good evening. In this time of the pandemic, we've had different businesses encounter different challenges, especially because they could not encounter their clients one-on-one. And this has led to many businesses evolving. This has not left artists out. And joining me right now is Sauti Sols, BN Baraza, and Chimano will be discussing the launch of a new product they're working with right now named Hustle. Probably to start with you, BN, why Hustle?
Well, I think because, it's a philosophy, man. You need to hustle hard. And for us, it's just because for a long time, we didn't have a one-stop shop where, as artists, we could sell all the products, all the different products that we, and services that we offer. And Hustle enables an artist at whatever level of, your career to be able to sell your music, sell your merchandise, sell all these things and have a proper back end that gives you the contacts of all your clients and all your customers, and allows you to also communicate with them, and get good product reviews and stuff like that.
You have your own access to your own business, you're your own manager, you can sell your albums, your merchandise, you can sell your concert tickets. You literally know them, and even in terms of knowing what your customer base is, and in terms of the access of money, almost immediately, if I can say immediately, it gives you that.
I've tested the app myself by buying my own music, and it was a good experience.
Okay, and probably we've had challenges before with the selling of merchandise for artists. Does this app mean any different?
Yes, when we were starting out, I remember Lazizi days, Chimano and I used to walk around Europe with our bags, carrying CDs, not even Europe, even here in Nairobi. Before you go for a show, there used to be a lady called Sylvia, one of the ladies who used to work at the label, was signed to. And Sylvia would go with a bag full of CDs, a bag full of T-shirts, sell, and whatever's left, take back to the office. The inventory had to be stored, but Hustle is a different and better way of approaching the merchandise space for artists.
Maybe even as we wrap it up, let me throw it to you first. you have an album coming up or a single on your Alone Together project?
Yes. No, so I have, my project is called Heavy is the Crown. So it's going to be released next year, sometime in January. But my first single comes out on December 3rd. Yes, this year. So that'll be the only single for this year. And then January we take off.
All right, interesting. Now, Ben, you say bald men love better.
Yes.
Tukonoshe v November.
Wapi hakuna mazee, itabidi mnyoe mazee. Alafu pia the Bald Men Love Better album. First of all, I want to thank the fans for receiving the music with such, love. It's been a beautiful time in my life as I do this Alone Together phase.
And probably to address this, we've had concern, Alone Together, tunashanga. Most bands that broke up began this way. BN, Sauti Sol mna...
Band gani ili break up ilianza hivi? Band gani ili break up ikawaandikia press release? Unajua, band gani ili break up wakaweka songs zao zote kwa the same YouTube channel? Sauti Sol iko pamoja. Band gani ili break up na wakapatana ku launch app yao? Unajua? I'm just saying, like, Sauti Sol is dynamic and we can't only exist in one format, man. People have to understand that we are also individuals, we are growing, change is uncomfortable, but this is part of it, and we are also asking our fans to join us on the journey. It's a beautiful thing to see us not putting out an album, but launching an app that is for the creative economy, This is a different kind of album too.
All right, quite an interesting conversation there with Sauti Sol's BN and Chimano. That's it from me, David Kagina. Back to you.
Time for business. Now, pensioners are set to receive their savings within a record period of 90 days after retirement. The National Assembly has today debated the motion to amend the Pension Funds Act of 1956 in a bid to also enable pension funds members access a percentage of their pension fund before retirement and in good time. Here's our reporter, Daniela Nunda, with more.
Speaking on the floor of the House during the second reading of the Pension Amendment Bill 2020, Kiminini Member of Parliament Didymos Barasa and nominated Member of Parliament David Ole Sangok highlighted the plight of pensioners who have long suffered in the hands of unscrupulous pension scheme cartels.
Whose objective, Madam Speaker, is to ensure that pensioners get their pension in time, and the failure by the pension schemes to remit their funds in time constitutes a criminal offense, Madam Speaker, and that they should get their pensions within a period not less than 90 days.
In these pension schemes, Honorable Speaker, we have cartels who, Honorable Speaker, must be bribed for files to be located.
I think when somebody gets sacked, it should not be hard also for them to get their pension because it is their money.
Last week, Zamara Group CEO Sandeep Raishura urged the government to reconsider the current tax-deductible limit on pension contributions of 20,000 Kenya shillings a month and have these substantially increased, given that it had not been increased for almost 20 years. Reporting for Switch TV, I'm Daniel Anunda.
Now, the tourism sector is finally getting a relief, with the new projections showing a promise of the sector bouncing back from the shocks of COVID-19 pandemic. Fitch Ratings, a statistics company, has released data that depicts the future of the sector that had been crippled by the grounding of international flights, which bar tourists from jetting into the country.
The tourism sector is a high foreign exchange earner in Kenya, but the thriving sector went through a rough patch in 2020 after the world went into lockdown. As a consequence, the losses in revenue dropped by 71.3%, translating to 110 billion shillings, according to data from Fitch Ratings. The industry was alternatively cushioned by the local tourism despite the cuts in income. The introduction of the COVID-19 vaccine, however, brought relief. The economies reopened and the airways lifted the restrictions on the cross-border travel. The operations of flights have boosted the earnings in tourism in Kenya, showing a promise of generating earnings of 88.2 billion shillings by the end of 2021 and 279.3 billion shillings in 2025. More international airline companies have opened new routes to Nairobi and Mombasa. Kenya Airways has also increased flight frequencies to different destinations. With this, the levels of the international arrivals are expected to grow by 32% this year to reach a total of 776,000. Kenya is forecasted to have a full-blown recovery towards the end of 2025, where the Ministry of Tourism has invested in marketing Kenya as a tourist destination, and this provides hope to revive the once thriving sector and catapult its revenues at the same time. Reporting for Switch Business, my name is Joan Kutun.
Now, Harambee Stars have today arrived in Uganda for the FIFA 2022 World Cup qualifier second leg match with the Uganda Cranes. The match will be played tomorrow evening at St. Mary's Kitende Stadium. Stars with 2 points at position 3 now feel the pressure to outplay their neighbours in order to stand a chance. Moving on, 8-time Kenya Cup champions KCB Rugby have snapped up crowd favourite Alvin Otieno Alliance Bullfight from Homeboys. KCB chairman Xavier Makuba also confirmed the signing of scrum half Brian Wahinya from Kenyatta University's Black Blood, Bob Muhati and second row Emmanuel Silungi from Homeboys, as well as Western Bulls second row Elvis Olukusi. Makuba added that they have finalized the signing and all players have signed a one-year contract. Oh, I'm being told that my 30 minutes on TV, making myself famous, have come to an end. And my director is telling me it's time to close. My name is Frederick Muitiriri. My sign language interpreter tonight was Teresia Washira. Do have yourself a good night.